Happy Easter. I have these two old photos from Easter 1985 that I'm going to use on a new layout. And I'll show you the old one or what's left of the old one in a moment. Have you remade pages before? Leave me a comment to let me know. Have you remade a page before? Have you thought about it, but you haven't done it yet? Or no, not for you, not going to do it. Once they're done, they're done. Hello, my name is Amanda Farlinger with From Where I Stamp, and I live near Kingston, Ontario, Canada. I help women tell their story and capture memories through scrapbooking. Tune in and sit with me, and we could be creative and scrapbook together. All right, so these photos, you're probably wondering why in the world I'm going to scrapbook photos from way back when. I want to have my own photos of my life and be able to recreate some of those. And some of the themes, like Easter, I don't have really current Easter photos that I can share with you all to make layouts. So it's kind of twofold. One, I want my own layouts in my own scrapbooks that I can go back and look on whenever I want. And the second part is my niece and nephews, I don't want to share their photos on my videos. So I use photos from when I was a kid. So this is myself and my brother from 1985. So we're going to use two stamp sets together. I don't know if you've mixed and matched kind of themed stamp sets together. Usually I use one stamp set, one die, and a designer paper. And generally they go together. And this one here, Excellent Eggs, does have dies. Oops. So there is some dies for it. This is in the mini catalog. Let me move this over a little. So this is in the mini catalog, and this is in the annual catalog. So let's have a look. This is the layout, how it looked. So this was here, not with the gray, it was blue. And then this was here. So I decided that I didn't like the strap hinge anymore. And because I was pulling photos out of the strap hinge and recreating pages and putting them in my binders behind me, my 12 by 12 D-ring albums, that eventually all of these pages will be kind of remade because these aren't full 12 by 12. There was a little bit cut off. Not a problem, but I'm having some fun. But this is kind of a flashback because these are Stampin' Up! Stamps on non-Stampin' Up! Paper. This is kind of a textured paper and colored in with markers. So this was an old stamp set. I can't remember what the name of it was, but there we go. So that's reasons why I like to recreate pages. Now, these two stamp sets are retiring, and along with a lot of things in the mini catalog and the annual catalog at the end of April. So I'm using quite a few things on here that are retiring. So we're going to do some stamping, some die cutting, maybe some die cutting, and some embossing, because I generally don't use a lot of embossing, but I wish I did. All right, so we have these two photos, and I figured a nice, simple background would be easy to do. I was going to make my own designer paper, and I was going to take like a mixture of these two stamp sets and stamp the big white 12 by 12 cardstock to make my own paper. But then I was sitting there looking at it going, I feel overwhelmed trying to do a full page like that. What if I stamp this wrong? What if I color in this bunny wrong? And then I'm not going to be happy with it. So I was doing some searching on Pinterest. And if you're not following me, I'll have the link for Pinterest down below to go follow my boards for inspiration. But I found this layout that used 6 squares with their photos with some flowers and eggs and bunny rabbits. So what I decided was making smaller designer series paper, like this bunny rabbit one, was a lot easier than taking this bunny rabbit and making a full 12 by 12. So if it's something you've thought of an idea that you'd like to try, and the big version is too big, try smaller. Do a 6 by 6 piece of paper. Do this is 3 7/8 square, something like that. So we're going to do some stamping first off. Okay, let me move some things out of my way. All right, and we're going to use the egg stamp set. Okay, now we're going to use, no, not that one. Got to grab the right block. And I hadn't used this stamp set yet. It's been sitting there for the longest time in my stamp drawer, waiting for me to use it. I wanted this piece of paper to act so I don't have to clean my table so much. And we're going to use Tahitian Tide. Tahitian? Yeah, Tahitian. So what we're using is Granny Apple Green, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and one of my favorite purples, Orchid Oasis. I'm sad. This one's retiring. This one and Starry Sky are both retiring, as well as these two. There is a green called Parakeet Party, Parakeet something, but it was the wrong shade of green to match this picnic basket. And I thought I had the picnic basket, but I couldn't find it. I went looking for it because I have a couple buckets of toys from when I was little, which is, I don't know, that's weird. Is that weird? I don't know. But these 4 colors I felt worked the best with these photos. So I kind of pulled the red from the handle because the red of the handle is a little different than the fabric. And the green, I kind of, not exactly, I couldn't match the green of the basket. And then the white from the tablecloth, the gray from the carpet, and then I just pulled the blue and the purple because that was their in colors. So I felt they worked really well. And then I just went through my greens to see what color worked, had the right color look with the photos. All right, so we are going to use Tahitian Tide to do some stamping. All right, so we have our little egg, not little, medium-sized egg, and we're going to stamp it. And you want to make sure to stamp off the cardstock, so that way you get more, I was going to say vibrancy is the wrong word, but you get more dimension, not really dimension, but interesting. And then you just rotate your cardstock and your stamp, or a combination thereof. Now this can be a little bit easier with photopolymer stamp sets, and I'll show you that in a minute, because this one is a cling stamp, meaning that it's the red rubber with the foam. And the other Easter stamp set I have here is photopolymer. All right, I'm gonna quickly give the little egg a wash. And I also chose colors because vibrant Easter colors. I remember dyeing really bright reds and blues and greens. Although sometimes they turned out kind of pastel. Usually, sometimes with pasta. Sometimes with Easter, I think of just pastels. But it can be fun to use some bright colors. All right, I'm just gonna stick that in there. All right, stick that off to the side. So that was our cling mount stamp set. Here is our photopolymer. So when I was stamping this bunny, you can see through the stamp set to be able to stamp it a little bit easier. So on some of these more intricate stamps, the photopolymer can be easier when you're making your own, I'm going to call it designer series paper. Now you can decide to color in these items. You could color in like their bellies and little toe beans or little stripes or whatever, color up your eggs, but I decided not to, just to leave it because I have these bright colors. So I decided to do, because I chose the 4 colors and because there's 6, you could do 3 white and 3 color, but I really wanted to use Orchid Oasis and it looked wrong without the other 3. So this one I stamped this little flower and leaves multiple times, turning it just like I did with the egg, so that it was stamp, stamp, stamp. And these 3 are all going to be embossed. And in the spirit of things are retiring, which means they're going away, and the special will start April 9th. And if you want to get the information, make sure to subscribe to my emails. So subscribe.fromwhereistamp.ca. And that will not only give you my 3 scrapbook layout sketches for free, but then you'll receive my weekly emails. And I'll be sending an email out very soon to my subscribers with all the retired information. So what's retiring, what's on sale, all that information. So make sure to subscribe. All right, so what we want to do is, you can do one of two ways when you're looking at the embossing folders to place your paper. You can either just place it down and away you go, or sometimes if you're wanting to be finicky about the design, you can use the front and then just have a look at, you know, where the design's going to go. And this is the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder. I usually use my Stampin' Cup mini machine, but because this is not, this is too wide to fit the mini, we're using the bigger machine. And I love the 3D embossing folders because they give such dimension. Now, the downside to embossing folders is that it's not really sometimes large enough to scrapbook with. But I've seen some of the new dies coming in the annual catalog, which I'm looking forward to ordering on April 2nd. So demonstrators get to order April 2nd. And so that's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, so get that out of the way. So here's our layout. We have these pieces. So now we can glue them down. All right. I like using the liquid glue. I'm going to turn this a little bit, and I want it up about an inch or so from the bottom. And hopefully I get this kind of straightish, because it does not look straight to me, because it's not straight to me. The first one's important to get right, so that way the rest of them look okay. And then instead of doing the white one next, like I was thinking, I should do this blue, the Tahitian Tide one. And I want all the rope to go that way. You kind of can't tell, but it's all that way. And then we go, I don't know, something. Something like that. And then once you have your base pieces down, then you can kind of ignore the ruler. And I want the egg, I want it to point kind of downish. Now, another alternative is you could always stamp right on your paper where this spot would be. So you could use some masking paper to mask your, I still can't find my masking paper. If you watched one of my previous videos, I'm looking for my masking paper, and I still don't know where it is. So maybe I'll have to buy some. But you could put masking paper down and then stamp in that block, and then just add your color, and voila, you're done. But I decided, since I couldn't find my masking paper, that I would cut squares. I'm going to try and do the same spacing between each of these blocks. To make it uniform. There we go. And then this here. Now this layout, I'm going to use 2 photos, but you could add just one, maybe 5x7, or you could add 3 or 4, even smaller ones. It's just depending, because you could put one like right in the center of each of these 6 squares if you wanted. You could have one that just like this one I cut down. It's not a 4x6. But you could have that the main photo and maybe add another layer and then just have a lot of things coming off of it. That's a possibility. So we're going to offset this over here in that photo there. And then we want to do some stamping. And I had a hard time trying to decide between this Happy Easter and this Happy Easter, but I think I'm going to use the photopolymer one. And then let's see what, oops, this block will work. And then I'm going to use some basic gray because that's the color that is around my photos. I could use Memento Black, but because I think using one of the colors wouldn't look quite right. And then we're just going to stamp that right in the middle. Clean that off. All right, now for, I forgot my scissors. We're gonna make like a little banner. You could do an angle cut, but I'm gonna do like a banner cut. I don't know, little triangle cut. Oops, almost cut myself. There we go. Ow. Careful, our Stampin' Up! Scissors are very sharp. So then this is going to go here. Then I have stamp and die cut this egg. And isn't that really neat how it has that little stitching? So let me show you the dies. And the list of products I've used to create this layout will be linked in the description of this video. And just a reminder that if you're watching this after April 9th, even now at Easter, it's first come first, not first come first serve, but it's while supplies last for these products. So there's the little bunny rabbit. Where's the stamp set? The little bunny rabbit here. You can be cut out. And that almost looks like a chocolate bunny rabbit more than these ones. These ones look more cutesy, realist. But this one you could almost make into like chocolate bunnies and put them in like in little baskets or something. And then this die does this egg. We're going to use 4 of these on our layout. And then this one here does this stamp set. And then we have a larger one. And then these are to create your own decorated egg. So if you wanted to, you could use watercolor painters with the colors of your layout and create like a tie-dyed egg. You could do that. All right, so I have these 4 eggs and I've put adhesive sheet on the back. So that way they're going to be easier to put down on the layout. Now, a fun thing that I noticed, I decided to keep these because I don't think I'm going to use them on this layout. And I don't know if I have another Easter layout to do, but I wanted to show you that you could also create some fun multicolored eggs using the die cut pieces. Actually, that is kind of fun. And then putting that right on your layout so that you can cut out multiple colors and then do multicolored eggs. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then because these also have the adhesive sheet on the back, they're nice and easy to put down in your layout. All right, so I think I'm going to put these down. Take off the backings. Put this one here-ish. And put this one down before I put the title. Now you could also use one of our alphabet stamp sets to get that egg out of the way, to create a Happy Easter. So if you don't have a stamp set that says Happy Easter, you can certainly stamp that out. All right. And then I want to put that right about there. I'm not going to color this egg in, but it would be kind of fun maybe to color in some of those bunny rabbits. But I kind of like the white and gray effect. that it has. So I figured I'd put this down here, right there. Then we're going to take our eggs. And what color, what order do I want to put these in? Okay, so now to take the backing off. And don't wreck the cardstock. Okay. I should have. There we go. Pull that up a little bit. What? Ooh, ow. Put an Easter egg there. Stab myself with the paper. And then, oops. This one goes there. I'll do the green one at the top. So are there photos you take the most of at Easter? I know I usually take lots of family photos because, of course, we visit usually both sides of the family for Easter. And but there's also like pictures I'll take of the Easter egg hunt behind our house. There's a park behind our house, and there's always an Easter egg hunt back there. So it's so fun to watch the kids all line up. And then when they say go, it's just this big, huge stream of kids running out. It's a lot of fun. All right. So we're going to add some embellishments. I always forget to add embellishments. And embellishments is one of my favorite things to do on a page. Before we add some embellishments, these are the these are the retiring ink colors. So we have Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian Tide. These 5 ink colors are going away. So they were introduced in 2022, and ink colors are around for 2 years. So we have some new colors coming in May. So the new catalog starts May 1st, 2024. And I'll share more details and the new product and whatnot as I get it, because I haven't ordered yet. But if you want to get product before May 1st, you can join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator. And I'll have a link below if you want to sign up. But if you want to get product in your starter kit, that'll be after April 2nd. All right, so embellishments. We have these rustic metallic dies. They are fun to use. These are retiring as well. I wanted to focus on some retired product, so that way if anything caught your eye, then, or you've been thinking about it for a while, I would suggest that you have an order ready to go. And either you can order online on my online store, or you can contact me. Okay, let's put some little ones over here. Here we go. Let's see. Kind of like this. I like that. So what do you think? Do you like this layout? What about the colors? I think I like the colors together, but maybe it's just because of the red. And I really wanted to use purple. Maybe I forced myself to use the purple. But I hope that this helps you with ideas for Easter. But this could also be used for any stamp set. So if you can either swap out some of these for designer series paper. If you have a birthday coming up, use some candles or birthday cake or something. And if you don't have dies for your stamps, you can fussy cut them out. Or leave the cutout pieces and then add your embellishment. Maybe do some coloring in of the stamps. So I hope this helped with some ideas and inspiration. And I hope that you'll join me next time. Happy scrapbooking.